model. Neither does anyone here. So if maybe he was just getting annoyed at you for like making
Okay,
straw
so
man.
he asked me something, I gave something. So can we talk about the flat Earth thing? Because I still find it very hard to believe.
Okay, well, you experience it every day as your basic reality. So.
All right, but that's because I'm very small, and my perception is going to be dictated upon my field of view, and I'm like a small thing, like I'm 5 feet.
So we're in
10.
agreement. That's fine. Okay, that's not that short. But look, we agree that we experience the Earth as flat, right? So how do you know it's not that?
Well, there's multiple things that typically, I guess, more personal evidence that I have is I have family in Europe. I have family in Finland specifically. That when it's morning over here, it's night for them. So it's kind of like, okay, obviously they're not gonna lie to me about it being morning or night to them, right? It's gonna be retarded. So it's like the conclusion is this world has to be round, and the sun has the model that we have currently is the one that makes sense for me. How can it be?
Because you don't understand our arguments, which is fine, because if you haven't looked into it, then you wouldn't understand it. But yeah, you'll find certain things can easily be explained on either a globe or flat, right? We don't claim that the Earth is a disk in space with a 93 million mile away sun. If that's what you have pictured in your head, right? Obviously that wouldn't work. That would be silly if we thought that. And yes, it would have to be daylight everywhere on the Earth. If that was the case, there would be so many problems with that. No flat earthers are claiming that's the way it works. It's a completely different system. People try to incorporate the flat earth as an object inside of the heliocentric globe model of the universe. That's incorrect.
Okay, so I guess how do we determine then? Because I'm not saying this thing disproves your thing, but it corresponds with the model that we have currently of the Earth being a globe, and one side gets the sunlight and the other has the darkness and is rotating. That makes sense, unless you have, I guess, some sort of
unless you have a smaller, more local sun, right? But answer me this question, right? Why is it pitch black when you get 200 meters deep into the ocean?
Because I guess the water, to an extent, kind of not absorbs it, but doesn't reflects it out. I don't know, just doesn't reach as deep.
The light it's has a certain density to it, right? So the light can only push so far through it because it's opaque over distance, right? The air is also opaque over distance, but it's just to a lesser extent. So if you look into it, right, the furthest that you can see, even on the clearest day, through the air is 200 miles or 300 kilometers.
Oh, right? Hell no. Dude, I could look at the moon. I mean, I could look at the sun.
You're not looking through the density of the air. You're looking up. It thins out exponentially as you go up, right? So you're not looking through the thickness of it, if you know what I mean, right? You're looking straight up.
So when I'm looking at the vacuum of space, since there is no air, there's nothing kind of blocking my view. If I'm looking up.
Yeah, but if you're looking through, right? If you're looking through the air, it's opaque over distance because you're looking through the density of it. That's why if you stand on a big mountain, right? Or if you look up any photos of someone looking out over mountain ranges, each mountain in the different distance gets less and less visible until it just fades out. It gets blocked by the opacity of the air.
Okay. I mean, I'm Googling this, and it even claims you cannot see 200 miles on Earth ground level. The maximum distance you can see on a clear day at sea level is approximately 3 miles.
Well, that would be different. That would be due to the curvature of the Earth, right? So that's what they taught me at school as well. They're if you're 6 foot tall and you're standing at the ocean, right, the horizon would be 3 miles out. Right, so what we're doing is going out and actually testing these things. And what we find is we have observations where we can go to the shoreline, right, and we can look out and we can see things that are 10, 20, 30 miles away, right? They should be hidden behind the horizon that would have to be at 3 miles. But we can see magnitudes further. There's no horizon at 3 miles where it would have to be on a globe, right? And in fact, we could see a horizon 10 or 15 miles away, or an island that's 15 miles away that should be completely hidden behind the curvature of the Earth by 600 feet, for example. So yeah, accumulation of these long distance observations Laser tests, same sort of thing. They shoot a laser across the surface of huge distances, like 30 miles, 20 miles. There should be hundreds of feet of curvature, but the laser goes across and hits the target on the other side. So that's where we're coming from. We're not even claiming to know the shape of the Earth, right? That's not what we mean by flat Earth. It just means that there's no curvature over distance, right? It's like a topographical plane, right? We don't claim to know everything. We don't claim to have a replacement answer for every single claim that the globe side makes. We're just testing what we're all taught from a young age. You know, we're all taught the globe model. And when we go out and actually test it, you know, it doesn't match up with reality. So it's interesting.
It doesn't match up with... Give me 1 second.
Well, they tell us the exact size of the globe, right? So if there's a 10-mile lake or a 10-mile body of water, there would have to be a certain amount of curvature over that 10 miles if the Earth's a globe. And it's like 66 foot if you do the math.
Wait, what is... Okay, okay. Let me get the volume real quick.
Yeah, 3,959 miles is the radius, right? And it's approximately 8 inches per mile squared to work out the curvature up to a certain distance.
8 inches per mile square. 8 inches per mile square. Hold on, just give me... So radius of Earth is 3,000. Okay, you're right about that.
Yeah.
8 inch... Sorry, I'm using decimals. 8 inch.
That's okay.
We might need to get some W's going in the chat for DJ right now.
Thanks, CB.
It's a little warm in here.
What? Did we start fighting yet?
It's a little warm in here for all this cooking going on.
Wait, you're saying I'm being cooked?
I mean, not really. We're just cooking. We're getting warmed up.
I'm not yelling at you. Yes.
Okay.
It's a good conversation. I just joined in. Let's get some W's for that, guys.
CB in the house.
Let's go. Let's go.
Mm.
The range of vision per person is infinite? Interesting.
I mean, if you could see, if we're not talking about it being obscured by the, I don't know, dust and stuff, then yeah, you'd assume so because you could see like the stars that are far away.
You don't know what they are or their distance, but that also doesn't mean you can see infinitely. What am I, like Superman or some shit?
Superman
even when like
right,
a giant jumbo jet the size of a freaking football field, basically a little bit smaller than a football field, and when that's at just 6 miles away, right, its angular size is so small you can barely see it. So you got to take that into consideration when you're looking at things across land, right? Like a ship or something like that. Like a 6-foot ship would disappear due to the angular resolution limitation of the eye at just 3 miles away, right? Like just a 6-foot boat. If it sailed out, you wouldn't be able to see it past 3 miles. Right?
Okay, so 8 inch per square would be like y equals, I think, 8 inches. I don't know how inches is typed in decimals, to be honest.
It's like fraction.
Right. No, it's going to be power 2. Okay, no. Dude, no. This is what I got on decimals. Like, this is not the curve of the Earth, right? Let me message you.
Yeah, it is. Here, I'll show you a diagram.
I DM'd you. I don't know if you see the picture. That's the formula right there. The
formula is not up for debate. I mean, you can look up any Earth curve calculator right now. If you go to Google, just type in Earth curve calculator, pick one, and you can put in the metrics. It'll tell you the formulas.
That's why I'm using the calculator, dude. There's no way. This is the bend. That's not. Nobody believes this.
What are you trying to calculate? Right. So this is based. It's based off a. It's based off a sphere.
That's the formula right there.
3,959 miles, right? Over 10 miles, there should be 66 foot of curvature.
Hold on. Let me do something real quick.
Maybe you have something wrong
He
with the
said no
math.
one believes this. Yeah, no wonder. That's why we're flat.
No, the formula is not correct. There's no way this. I'm gonna look it up. There's no way.
Yeah, no,
That's
you're starting to.
8-inch.
Welcome to the club. Yeah, welcome to the club. That's exactly how we felt too.
It's the 8-inch.
So this formula is extremely accurate up to around 1,000 miles or something like that, which is well exceeds any observation that we'll be able to make. Right? You can use different formulas, but this one is accurate. Like if I say 66 feet over 10 miles, right? You can just go and confirm that on a chatbot or Earth Curve calculator or something if you want.
Damn, you just like had a spark of revelation there.
No, so everybody's disagreeing with this. Okay. It's a parabola. If you know this parabola, it's not circle or sphere. Earth.
Yeah, that's the formula. That's why I'm saying the formula is accurate up to around.
No, the formula
1,000.
is not accurate. We're saying it doesn't even fit though. That's the problem.
Just tell me how much curvature is there over 10 miles?
Well, I don't know the formula. That's why I'm looking it up, right?
But he gave it to you already.
What is the accurate formula? Radius. Okay. What the fuck is this number?
For the observation that I'm about to show you, right? It's just going to give you the same result in the end for the 10-mile curvature.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different ways you can do it.
But I had to go to YouTube because the numbers I'm getting are too big.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not measuring across the whole Earth. You're not making observations that are thousands of miles across. That parabola is supposed to fit like an arc segment around the globe, right, DJ?
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
Here's a chart. Here's a different way of doing it. So if you want to have a look at what I just posted in the side chat.
Okay, there's a guy on YouTube that apparently hates you guys.
Yeah, there's a lot
Oh
of
my
people.
god.
Trigger people. What's his name?
Professor Dave.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know, that guy is not really a professor. He just, he reads scripts. He admits that. He said, not a professor.
I said, look, I told you the y equals x squared is not going to be an accurate representation of the curvature. That's
You just went to this YouTube video. Don't pretend like you're like an expert already.
Wait, why did I go there? Because I told you I wanted Desmos, the calculator, and it didn't fit the curvature. It didn't fit it. There's no way you want me to believe that's going to be the Earth. So it's not true.
You're rejecting your own worldview right now.
You're saying it's my worldview. I'm saying there's no way this formula is correct. You're using a different.
Bring your own. This isn't a BYOB party. Like the globe's
if you're doing an internal critique, you have to take mine. What do you mean?
Okay,
No.
you tell me how much drop is there over 10 miles. It's just going to.
Let me see what he says, so I could just.
So you're going to get your answer off a fake professor now.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
I'm just trying to show you an observation that destroys the globe, but I don't know if you want to go over it.
Is Earth parabolic? Obviously, it's not, right?
No, but dude, we already made that point. We already addressed that point. You're not making observations.
The formula is parabolic. Then, okay.
Right? If the circumference is 25,000 miles, you're not making observations this long.
I told you that we hold on, right? I told you that we can use that formula up to around 1,000 miles with that minimal problems, right? I said that. Right, so for any
I don't know if that's even true. You just want me to take your word for it. Hold on.
You can check.
I told you to pick it up. I told you the formula.
The formula you gave me is parabolic.
Yes.
Yes.
And can you agree Earth is not parabolic?
You're missing the point, dude.
We're not 1,000 miles, dude. That's why I said that. Why do you think I said you can use it up to 1,000 miles for? I didn't just say
know if that's true. Because look, it's okay. You know, let me even look that up.
You gotta slow down.
How far accurately can you use?
Let him Google it. Let him fucking use AI if he needs to, and he can answer the question: how much Earth curvature over 10 miles?
Why
He'll
don't we just
find
talk
out.
to- Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not using AI, by the way. I'm using the calculator, the Desmos, that shows you the curve.
yeah, good. So using whatever Earth curve calculator you want, just answer the question: how much curvature over 10 miles? You'll end up with pretty much exactly the same answer, give or take a few millimeters.
I want to hear this.
Just give me 1 second then. I'm gonna use the formula that he gave, the professor guy.
What was his formula?
As I cannot say all this, I'm gonna just send it to you.
No, look, we don't care. Just give us the result. Just give us the result and tell us if it's different than 66 foot.
You're saying 10 miles, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, using this formula. Sure.
This is great. This is great.
Flat earthers, of course you have to be wrong.
Oh yeah, that's a syndrome. Everything a flat earther says is wrong syndrome. Doesn't matter. 2 + 2 is 4. Wrong.
Okay, so okay, it's gonna be 16.9.
Correct.
Got him.
16.9, and then I'm gonna use the formula that I got from you guys, which is the 8
Says
inch.
16.9?
16.9.
Yeah.
What?
This could be wrong.
What?
Using the sphere formula, let me know if it's okay.
Is that feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way off, bro.
Using, but wait, let me use the formula that you
Post
guys
the
gave me.
formula.
Y
Post your
equals
formula.
X.
And
Who's
where you got
asking?
it from. Hello?
I got it
Post your
from
formula
Professor
where you got it
Dave.
from.
I don't know who's asking me the question. Who's asking me?
It doesn't
Just
matter.
post it. Doesn't matter.
So I can't post it. I don't have pick perm. Sorry.
What?
I don't have pick perms. I cannot post it
formula.
here.
You can't You can't type it.
That's not going to be accurate.
What do you mean?
Dude, just go on an
The
Earth
word
curve
science you cannot replicate on Discord, you monkey.
just go on an Earth curve calculator website. They're
No, because
super easy.
they use the same formula that you guys use, which is the 8 inch.
Those people are not flat earthers. You really think that flat earthers are making Earth curve calculators on the internet? What's wrong with you?
Okay, what's wrong with using the because the whole point the Earth calculators.
Washington University link, right? And you can have a look at what Washington University uses as their formula.
Is
Flat earthers, bro.
Is the formula the one that Riley Criteria's posted? Was that the one you're using?
No.
Which one are you using?
You're
sir?
answering
Okay,
no.
somebody just asked me. Who's the guy asking me specifically, so I can send it to you.
Elbow.
Okay.
So
This is from Professor Dave video.
Okay,
This is what I
Professor
got.
Dave, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm giving you Washington University, and you're choosing a self-confessed fake professor on YouTube.
He just posts shit propaganda too.
Yeah, dude, that dude just strawmans flat Earth arguments and commits a whole stack of fallacies, right?
Bro.
He says that he's just a fake professor, and he thought it would be a fun name to pick.
But you know what? I don't
He
think
said I'm not a professional at anything. He said I just get scripts.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so I don't think Professor Dave posted the wrong formula. I'm just thinking he's using it wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, no, because even he agrees in the video that is going to be different from the parabola that you
He's
guys
a
gave.
retard. Why are you appealing to?
Okay, so wait, he's wrong, right? Then he's wrong. That I'm not just the one putting the numbers wrong. He's also wrong.
Yeah, of course he is. He's a retard. You just went to
Some guy
Google
just in the
YouTube
bottom
and it
said he was
the first
correct,
guy
and
that
I'm wrong.
popped up that said, "Well, going against flat earthers." That's crazy of you to do that.
We've got university citations with the mathematics that they use in the citat. DJ's posted that. Are we going to ignore it?
Yeah, we got to focus on the YouTube propagandists. We got triggered by flat earthers. Professor Dave, what the heck?
Guys, it seems like you don't like him, so I don't know if this is.
It wasn't not about liking him or not liking him. But why are we appealing to somebody you just Googled 2 seconds ago?
So you're saying he doesn't know what he's talking about? Dude, he has a lot of views. Hold on.
Not
Let's say
Correct.
It's like not a professor, Dave. What? Not a Professor Dave. Has that not rung through to you yet? He is not a Professor Dave. Why should we trust not a Professor Dave when we can trust the universities that are cited with school formula? Why do we trust a YouTube personality who is not a Professor Dave?
The reason why he has lots of views because he doesn't. People do exactly what you just did. Oh, I'm talking to flat earthers. I need to go to find somebody who goes against them. And he's the first thing that pops up on YouTube. That's crazy.
because you guys tried being dishonest with me. You told me the 8 inches thing was accurate until I put in the calculator.
Dishonest. It's been cited over and over and over in the chat by universities. We're not being dishonest, dude.
Wait, you're saying most universities agree that the Earth is flat? That's not true. I thought you look at
Oh, you're missing the plot already. Go ahead.
CB. Sorry to interrupt. But the 8 inches per mile squared is a rough approximation. If you want the actual number, it's 7.98 inches per mile squared. If you want the exact number, for the parabolic formula, that's good up to 1,000 miles. If you want the more accurate number, 7.98 inches per mile squared.
He keeps missing
Yes,
parts
that's
up to
a
1,000 miles. Dude, we've made this point clear like 4 times. I'll do it 5th. Up to 1,000 miles. You're not making.
Can you show me that? What is
Just hold on a
that?
second. Hold on a
Whenever you
second.
make a
Hold on,
claim, just at least
Lopz.
provide evidence
We're
for
gonna
it.
make it clear one more time, dude. Just chill out. We're making observations up to 1,000 miles with this parabolic arc segment that would match the patch of the Earth, right? We're not making observations across the entirety of the Earth. If the circumference is almost 25,000 miles, you ain't making observations 25,000 miles in distance, right? We're making observations couple hundred, right? Couple hundred, maybe. So if this is accurate up to 1,000 miles, you don't need to have it stretched across the entirety of the Earth. That's why it's a parabolic arc that matches the segment around the globe 1,000 miles. And you're missing this completely entirely. What you just said, like the longest you could see is like 200 miles. So yeah, you don't need to see 25,000 miles.
Okay.
I was just giving you the easiest formula, that's all, right? I was trying to show you an observation, but we've been stuck on this for 20 minutes now. You could even just take my word for it, right? And then double check the math after I show you the observation, right? And then you could use that against me, but you'll find that it's what the claim is from the globe side, or just not even from the globe side, it's just the math.
You're going against it because we said it. That's the problem here. You're hearing flat earthers tell you, here's the numbers. You're like, your ears are flat earthers, so you must be wrong. That's why when we post the citations, they're not flat earthers. They're representing your worldview that you're denying. Holy shit.
Okay, so I mean, look, I don't want to be like the bum here, but according to ChatGPT, it's not even accurate up to like more than 6 miles. So I don't know what you want me to say here.
Why don't we just talk to ChatGPT? Because you're useless right now.
You just want me to believe everything you say. Like, I'm sorry.
We don't want you to believe us. It's not. We did not
again.
These numbers.
There's no way this equation that I put in the Desmos is going to be accurate up to 1,000 miles. It curves too fast. That's not possible.
Awesome. So being as we're using ChatGPT, maybe we can ask ChatGPT, how much Earth curvature should be after 10 miles?
Okay.
Are you doing that now?
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so using the X...
Someone already posted it. Someone already did that and posted it in the side chat. You could just read what they posted. Rayleigh Criterion posted it at 15 minutes over the hour.
Okay, hold on. 8-inch thing you guys gave me, the 8-inch X.
He's probably typing it in wrong, chat.
Wait, so according to you guys, so it's going to be 600 feet using the parabola, which is not going to be accurate.
66.7 feet is the answer. 66 feet over 10 miles. I've said it about 20 times now.
Dude, the formula you gave says about 800 miles. 800 feet, sorry.
No.
Yes, it does. Put your formula inside the ChatGPT and tell us to do it.
Chat.
Okay.
Hey guys, direct him to the booklet that I wrote a couple years ago at 22 minutes past the hour. Numpty here can read through that and read through the derivation of the 8 inches per mile squared, and in there it'll tell him how to take some other math classes from college so he can actually learn. Right now he's just chanting, but if he wants to actually learn, he can read that as to how it is one of the most accurate formulas there is. He can...
No, it's no. Can you find me a source, please? That's actually claims this is the most accurate way.
Okay, in the 2 seconds that I posted the link, you've not had time to read the derivation of 8 inches per mile squared. Read that document.
But you want me to click on Google Docs on Discord?
Just read the document. You've just been
you want me to click on a docs on Discord? That's not going to be okay.
Now you can't be okay. You haven't even had time to read it yet, alone to react to it. So read it.
Yeah, you can. You don't have a Google account. You could in another browser log into an anonymous Gmail. He doesn't want to click on it because he doesn't want you to see his Gmail identity. I mean, I can understand that.
I want to see his Gmail identity. Yeah, I
don't know what he has on the link. How dumb would be for me to click on a link? That's going to be especially directing me to Google Docs.
You don't have to. It's not necessary. This has been shown to you several other places in the chat, so definitely don't click on that one if you have a concern about it. Look at one of the other ones. It's been repeated here in the chat multiple times in various formats.
Lopz, just look, have a look. This is what I just typed in, right? I did it for you. I went to ChatGPT. I said, please calculate how much Earth curve there would be over 10 miles using the 8 inches per mile squared formula for the globe. Right? And have a look in the side chat. Once again, it gives you the exact same answer, 66.67 feet.
Interesting. Hold on.
Okay.
Dude, what? But I'm getting different answers when I use different formulas. This is...
I wonder why.
Okay.
Okay, so far, you've been shown on ChatGPT, right? I've given you Washington University. I've given you a chart showing it done using the Pythagorean theorem. You can go on any Earth curve calculator that you can find on the internet and type it in, and it's all going to give you the same answer. I mean, you can probably move forward with the conversation now.
Okay, so how much does the Earth curve after 10 miles on Google say 16.68 feet after 10 miles? I'm gonna use your formula again. The 8 inch.
Not our formula, by the way.
Drop per.
If it was our formula, it'd be 0 inches per mile squared.
Okay.
What's the actual? You're saying that your citation is saying 16 feet instead of 66. Is that what you claimed?
Yeah, when I just look it up on Google.
Okay,
again.
well, then we want to see what the source is for that so we can see what the details are claiming there. So could you put that in the chat?
Yeah. I have to send it to you specifically because I have no perm here to send pictures.
I just
It's fine.
Google and I posted it.
Send it to me.
Chat. Hey,
Yes, sir.
I just Google and I posted it in the chat, and this is what it gave me.
Yep, same.
Yep. Thanks, Elbow. Yep, there you go. 66 feet, 10 miles.
And the one I posted under it straight from Google, same thing. 66.7.
I don't know what she's looking at because the end result for me, the one I sent to her, is going to be 16.
Okay, I just copy pasted my screenshot. Elbow copy pasted his screenshot. We've given you Washington University, ChatGPT. I mean, like, come on, man.
Dude, the formula is less confusing, okay? Because people claim different formulas and it gives you different results. And I'm saying the parabola is probably not going to be the one because the Earth is not parabola.
Oh my
So it's like,
God,
Yeah,
we've
but you
addressed
keep
this.
appealing
Okay,
to your crap math skills. Nobody
wait,
cares about your
Lops.
inability to do the
okay,
math.
what? Can you
Lops.
well, stop pretending like you're doing the math here, okay? You're just repeating and rinsing what they're saying. First of
Hold
all.
on.
Second of all,
We've addressed the parabolic thing. Can you repeat back what we told you? I think that's the problem here.
you said it's going to be accurate up to 1,000 miles. And I'm like,
Why?
I don't even know that's true.
Why?
I looked it up and it's not true.
Why? Why are we like? Okay, so are you making observations over 1,000 miles or under 1,000 miles?
How am I making? Well, when I look at the moon,
We
when I
understand
look at the
Earth's not
sun, when I look at the
parabolic.
stars,
I know
like
it's
it's going to be
lame.
I think this guy's just trolling.
Probably.
Yeah, anybody here is capable of doing the math. We gave you the formula, 8 inches per mile squared. So it's 10 miles, that 8 inches times 100, which is then 800 divided by 12, which is 66.67 feet. I don't know what you're talking about. Put it in the formula
did you hear what
yourself.
I said? Do you know what a parabola is? I'm saying it's not a parabola. Do you know what that is? Or are you just going to keep repeating that?
Yes, a parabola. Yes, I know what that is. Parabola. That's how we say it in America. I don't know where they say it.
Do you think Earth is a parabola?
We've addressed that already. You're not making observations up to 25,000 miles. That parabola matches the segment.
Yes, it's not claiming the shape of the Earth. It's claiming exponential growth, which there's exponential growth because of the exponential rate of the decline that would be seen in your vision. It's not supposed to be predicting the shape of the Earth.
Because it's not, therefore it's not accurate. I mean,
you're missing the point.
No. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, because this is the thing. They brought this up 6 years ago. A bunch of flat earthers got fooled by it and tried to shut down this 8 inches per mile squared. No, this formula does not say the Earth is a parabola. Exponential growth and exponential decay are a curved rate. This is talking about the rate, not about the shape of the
parabola.
Earth. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We're on the same page.
Use a formula made for parabola. That's not a parabola.
You're conceding the point. Thank you. You conceded the point. Appreciate it. That's all I wanted to get in. Keep going, guys.
Okay, that's concession.
Right. For our observations, it matches. We're not making observations up to 25,000 miles. That's been said at least 5 times. You haven't got that yet. We're not saying the Earth is a parabola. If we agree to that, you can take that. Hold on a second. If the Earth is a sphere, you can take that parabola and put it on. Basically, it would match up with the rate of curvature around the globe Earth. You're missing this entirely. Your observations are not going that long. So with these short of observations, that parabola is accurate based on the size of the globe Earth. We're not saying the Earth is a parabola, or you're not making observations crazy long, like 20,000 miles.
Okay.
You haven't addressed this at all.
If it's not, why do we have to keep you? No, again, if it's not going to be accurately representing the whole curvature of the Earth, why don't we use a formula that actually does?
We're not making observations to the entirety of the Earth, you retard. I don't know how many times we can tell you this. You just Googled earlier, you're seeing observations up to 200 miles, not 2,000 miles or 20,000 miles.
You don't need to explain it again to this guy, right? Lopz, look, if you want to continue the conversation, right, you can prove us wrong, right? And put the correct formula in the side chat, or we can move forward with the conversation, right? What do you want to do?
Dude, you guys are asserting things that are not taken as true.
No. I still haven't gotten your citation from the thing that you asserted. We, in fact, have done the opposite. We have backed up everything we said with citations and math. You, on the other hand, claimed this 16 feet and still have yet to send me your citation.
He's just trolling at this point. It's ridiculous. Trying to get a rise.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know how much more clear you can be. We might as well just chalk the ChatGPT. Like,
ChatGPT was wrong. Told me after 10 miles the curvature will be 6.67 feet. Really? I thought it was 66.67. Oh, then he congratulated me on correcting that math. Be wary of the AIs. He get it wrong.
Okay. First, can I stop being muted?
Yeah,
this is like unfair.
Before you continue, it's funny because actually when I looked, I Googled and your formula gives you 66.2. But when they quote the source has a table under it that says 66 feet.
Which one is that one?
I'll post this right now. It's gonna be probably posted as two different screenshots, but you'll see what I mean. It's really weird. It's just the AI is completely bonkers for some reason.
I don't know why anybody with half a brain would try to use ChatGPT as a source, knowing that ChatGPT is programmed to tell you what it thinks you want to hear. And I have a subscription to ChatGPT before you say, and I use it for all kinds of things, but I would absolutely never use it as a primary source for something. So I don't know why you did that anyway.
Well, unless you want me to do a deep, thorough study right now, understanding which formula is going to be probably accurate, my only option is going to be ChatGPT right now, right?
Okay.
We're having it.
See, ultimately, at the end of this, you're either trolling or what? Because the difference between any of the actual formulas is a very minuscule amount, especially when you're talking that most observations are done over 20 or 30 miles. You do any of those formulas, and they're off by a matter of inches at 20 to 30 miles from most uses. You're not typically making long distance observations over 100 miles. So why you're trying to argue semantically about this, I think, is either you don't want to actually talk about the topic, or you're just trying to clog up the bandwidth for something else.
That's absolutely not true, because I told you, once I used the formula Professor Dave provided, it actually said 16 instead of like the answer that you guys gave. So the formulas are not minuscule. There's actually huge differences. I don't know why you just assert that.
Yeah, because he's not a professor, so drop that from your vocabulary. Stop calling him professor, because he's not a professor. And then you have your answer. He's not a professor. He's full of shit. And at the end of that, you wonder why something he gave you doesn't work. So
no,
I'm not sure what.
It's not that it
I'm not
works.
sure what
it's that you don't agree with it.
So what internal logical fallacy must you have built in you that would trust something that comes from somebody who's not a professor calling himself a professor? So what's up with that?
But it's not about him being a professor. I'm just saying, thank you provided.
There's no curvature over 10 miles, okay? If you want to put a number and say there is curvature over that distance, prove it. Right? I've got observations here that prove that there's none, but we're not going to continue this conversation. Right? Just trying to work out the formula. Right? There's no curvature, right? Is our claim there's zero curvature over that distance.
Yeah, fuck
right?
it.
If you
Zero versus per mile squared.
that distance, exactly. That's the actual formula.
By the way, and if you look at the information I posted, I just posted the screenshots. There is a small disclosure at the bottom that says the information might not be accurate, so double check your information. So, check out those pictures I posted. That one says it's 16, but if the where they get their sources from, the information where they get the sources from, it has the actual table of how much at the 10th mile. It says 66 miles. But and also read the little disclosure that it says that AI information might not be accurate, so you have to double check.
Yeah, I think the third page of what you posted there, Elbow. I mean, that has 16 feet drop. Right before it has the 66. So maybe he was just reading his source wrong, because he still hasn't sent it to me. So
I have. What do you? Okay.
I'll look again. Maybe it's in some other place. Yeah, it shows distance 5 miles, curvature 16.67 feet. But the point that not at 10 miles. But the point we're trying to make here is that that was just being made to you. These are your predictions from your globe model. Like, we're not saying this is accurate. We're saying your globe model predicts this, and this is not what we experience in reality. And also, yeah, the guys are trying to tell you, I mean, just to put it out there, I'm sorry that, in America, this so-called wacky YouTube moneymaker, grifter snake oil salesman, so-called Professor Dave, is held up as some kind of educational icon. It's ridiculous. It is a clown show. He has no credentials. If he gave you some formula, he's wrong. If you want to say Professor Dave's formula showed you something else, then write it out on a piece of paper, draw me a diagram, take a picture of it, send it to me, I'll post it for you. He's wrong.
Even though,
Dude, you're
let's say
being
it was
really rude
okay.
right
Let's
now.
say let's put it like this. Even though, let's say it's 16 feet, we don't get 16 feet of curvature. We have
Guys,
observations that we could see the horizon past 10 miles.
So the first 30 minutes of talking to you is us just trying to help you work out your own globe mathematics. That's
Isn't that
ridiculous.
crazy? Isn't that
dude,
crazy?
no, it's parabol. Okay.
We already explained that. If you say that word one more time, bro, like I'm gonna reach for this phone. We've already addressed that point. You still haven't acknowledged it, but whatever.
You don't even want to have a conversation, right? But I was just telling you how much drop there is over 10 miles so I could show you an observation, right? Then you asked me what the formula was that was used to work that particular thing out, and I told you it, right? It's the correct formula to work that out. Okay? There's other formulas that all give you the same result, but it doesn't seem like you want to see the observation or have a good faith conversation.
Dude, I am having a good faith conversation. What do you mean?
Why is it taking us 30 minutes of just going back and forth over this ridiculous first point, right? Which is just you not knowing the curvature rate for your own globe that you believe in.
Dude, I just got into this because I just literally joined the VC. What do you mean? You guys been studying this. What are you talking about? Of course, I'm not going to know it as much as you are.
Anything about the globe, right? Do you know that the radius or how fast it spins? I bet you don't even know anything about what you're trying to defend right now.
Well, you don't even believe that though, right? You don't even believe that there's anything spinning and stuff like that.
No, I believe that you don't even know anything about what you believe. You just blindly believe it.
He's a BYOB earther.
Dude, come on. It's not that deep.
Blind faith earther is what you are. You're defending your belief system right now, not something that you actually know anything about.
But it's primitive, dude. It's like they know this. Like you're making it seem like the agencies that we have, like NASA, like everybody just bullshitting.
Here we go.
Okay, do you want me to believe that everybody's just bullshitting and you guys just happen to discover the truth that nobody did?
Maybe you're bullshitting.
They're not bullshitting. They're just repeating what they learned at university or school.
So they're lying.
No, they're not lying. They believe it, right? So they're not lying.
I'm talking about NASA. I'm talking about the government.
Well, they're not. They don't talk, right? It's a whole bunch of individuals that work at an agency called NASA, right? And they have specific jobs that they do there. It's not NASA.
The astronauts, the people that went to the moon and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that they're lying, dude, obviously, right? Have you looked at the footage, right? Have you looked into the fakery of the moon landings, right? Even if I was a globe earther, I would not believe in the moon landing, right? Because I've looked into it. It's ridiculous. Maybe you haven't looked into it, so you still believe it. But you don't know, you could still be a globe earther and know that NASA's full of shit.
So, okay, you're just rejecting the fact that they went to outer space, though. That's insane, right?
It's not just rejecting it, right? It's you have to spend time looking into the inconsistencies and the impossibilities that are related to it, right? I could even show you footage right now, and I bet you wouldn't even believe me that this is claimed to be real footage.
Let me see.
Yeah, all right. I'll upload a little video into the side chat. It's just uploading.
Yeah, take your time.
And also share a documentary with you as well about the American moon. I think you'll be helpful.
Yeah, so what I'm posting now, right? This isn't proof that they faked the moon landings. This is just something for you to look at, right? I just want your opinion. Use your common sense. Be honest. Tell me if you think this footage looks legitimate or it looks like it's some 60s style stop motion animation with using miniatures and models and sets and things like. Have a look in the side chat there.
Just need to do a little bit of research, and you'll see something is off.
Movie, the first clip, I guess the first scene where it's flying up, it looks kind of weird, but like other than that, I don't know.
Oh, it looks great.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah. But anyway, that's not a proof, right? That's just common sense type thing. I don't know how anyone can defend that footage, but I mean, I need to have a look into the technical aspects, right? The shadow angles and all that sort of stuff, right? Learn about gas pressure and entropy and, right, the impossibilities of outer space as claimed in the globe model. It takes a bit of time. Right. The second law of thermodynamics violation being outer space, right? Adjacent to the gas pressure system that we have here on Earth, without a physical barrier, stopping the high pressure from instantly
be like gravity, right?
Well, that's the whole thing, right? So you need this magical thing called gravity that you believe in, right? Which has never been proven to explain all of these things that defy logic and common sense, right? Like water sticking to the outside of a ball, for example, right? Gravity is the magic patch that you put on everything that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make okay, dude. I mean, if like you're denying gravity too, I don't know.
You don't even know what that is.
I do know what gravity is. What?
What is it? Define gravity. Define it.
So, like, I guess in the basic level, like gravity is just going to be. It's not technically.
What's the current theory of gravity? The name of it.
It's probably going to be like curvature of space-time.
So that's what gravity is?
Probably.
Yeah.
He said probably, guys. He knows, but it's probably.
Well, yeah, that's what they claim, right? That is what it is. According to Einstein.
Sure, or you know, or you don't know?
Okay, if you want me to say Newton's idea, I'm probably going to say just like a force, but I don't know if a force is like.
So you have no clue what you're talking about. Got it.
So okay, what is gravity?
You don't know, bro. That's our point.
That's what I'm asking you, right? Since I don't know, what is gravity?
It's just a theoretical mathematical construct required to patch together the ridiculous globe Earth model that you blindly believe in and don't know anything about.
But it is what I said it is, right? It's this curvature of space-time, unless like there's like new discoveries. I mean, I don't know.
No, right? Then you're talking about Newton and forces, right? Gravity's not claimed to be a force, right? But then you claimed it to be a force.
It acts like a force, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, look, we jumping too far ahead, right? I was trying to show you a long distance observation that debunks the globe.
Honestly. I just cannot take your word for it because you're a flat earther. So as obvious, you.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, I'm obviously going to do my own research, right? Right? Stop crying. But the point is, I can't. Like, it's not like I'm going to listen to a Muslim that's trying to make me a Muslim too. It's like, okay, obviously we're going to be biased.
I'm trying to show you a high definition video.
I know. I'm just saying I'm going to do my own research when it comes to this and say, okay, why is this video kind of funky? What answers do they have?
Search.
Huh?
Okay, so you came in to talk to us about this topic, right? So I'm trying to present evidence to you that debunks the globe, and you don't want to see it. So
but I need to verify the evidence. I need to look into the evidence. Do you just want me to blindly say yes, no, yes, no?
After you look into it, okay, I'm trying to show you evidence, right? Then you can look into it after you have been shown the evidence, right? Why are you here? If you don't want to talk to flat earthers.
Wait, I thought you already did. You told me I used the Desmos and the curvature doesn't match with what Earth is supposed to be. So
I was giving you... No, right. What I was saying is that if the Earth was a globe, right, over a 10-mile lake, you would have to have 66 foot of curvature. That wasn't me presenting anything, right? That was just saying that if the Earth's a globe, it has to have certain characteristics that go along with it, right? Then I was going to present an observation that debunks that necessity for the Earth to be a globe, which is the curvature. But you didn't want to see the observation for some reason.
I'm speaking from ignorance. That's why I can't really say this is going to be expected, this is not going to be expected. That's why I said maybe it's better for me to learn the fundamentals, the basics.
Okay, I know, but this is the most basic thing, curvature. If globe must have curvature, right?
Yeah.
Go out, test for curvature. If no curvature, not globe.
We're like stuck on the formula that even demonstrates
the formula.
That's you.
Right, that is me. That's why I said maybe I should go and like learn about this more.
Well, that's why we posted you citations from Washington University and whatnot.
Okay, okay, dude. I clicked on the video, the calculator you gave me, and it uses the same formula that you guys also provided. So I was like, okay, I mean, at the end of the day, if they're going to be appealing to the same thing, then sure.
They're all going to give you 66.67 feet over 10 miles, roughly. Okay, so that doesn't really matter. Okay, that's just the claim based off the radius value. The problem is that there's zero curvature, right? So even if there's 50 or 16 or 66 or whatever feet of curvature over 10 miles, right? And we can show you observations and there's zero curvature over 10 miles, right? That's the problem.
Mm.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like you want to see our evidence, so maybe you want to present evidence for the globe instead.
Don't you think it's going to be better for me if I was to go now and like come back once I've already understood the basics that most people know already about the Earth, the radius, stuff like that?
We provided that to you. You're just rejecting it.
I'm not just rejecting it. I'm not going to take it at face value. I have to look at multiple sources. I have to verify this.
But you took the globe Earth on face value. You didn't do anything.
Well, globe Earth is like what most people accept already, right? Because NASA has already been to outer space. Because like, dude, there's like Katy Perry just went to outer space. Like, okay,
60 miles up in the air.
Oh,
It's just like a parabolic flight. It's just a parabolic flight, a different form of a parabolic flight, right? Like a vomit comet. That's all that happened.
even the mainstream media aren't buying that Katy Perry went to space. Come on.
All right, that's why maybe, again, I don't think we're disagreeing here. I think we're agreeing. Maybe I should know a little more. I'm saying I should know a little more before I talk about anything.
Would you admit, right, that you don't know? Would you admit? Sorry, Jedi. I just want to ask you one question, then I'll stand down. Right? Would you believe that the Earth's a globe, or do you know that the Earth's a globe? Right? Is it a belief or something you know as a fact?
I guess if it's being put to a test, I'm gonna just say I believe it is. I believe it is. Yeah.
Thank you. That's correct answer.
Also, I don't know what you guys like. This is like the first time I ever had an actual communication. I told you usually it's quantum is screaming, getting mad at something. Like this is like the first time I ever had a conversation about the globe or the flat Earth and a flat Earth VC. So that's why I don't know as much, despite like going back and forth on this server and the VC sometimes.
If you need to go and study.
Huh?
For your own benefit on your own time. How much
You're cutting out really bad for me.
curvature there is, what the claim is with regards to geometry. Go away and do that, then that's terrible.
Is he cutting out just for you guys, or is it, I mean, for me, or is that for you guys too?
No, it's for everyone.
And me too. Better repeat that.
He was just saying if you need to go and do some study and then come back, then we can, or, right, I can just present evidence to you, right? Obviously, there has to be some curvature over 10 miles, right? If the Earth's a globe, right? So, I mean, I can show you an observation that debunks the globe. don't see why you don't want to see it.
Because I don't even know much about the globe to make any sort of comments about it.
You know it has to have curvature, yeah?
Yeah, that's like the very basic, though. Yes, self-evident.
Yes. This debunks the curvature. So therefore, it cannot be a globe. It's very simple.
Dude, no, you're gonna provide me some picture, and it's gonna be like, I shouldn't be seeing this if there's a curve, but I don't even know. Okay.
It's a high definition video, not a picture.
Okay, you know what? I'll be back. I have finals actually, so like maybe after 3 days. Yeah, about 2 days. After 2 days, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna be ready.
Good talking to you. At least, yeah, like you said, at least we had a civilized conversation here. Hope your exams go well.
All right. Take care.
Thank you.